Hello friends, in this video we are going to discover the top 10 best places to live in Maine. Maine is the northeasternmost of the 50 U.S. states. A versatile and vibrant landscape home to 1.3 million people. With an impressive 3,500 miles of coastline to enjoy, you are never far from the sandy shores in Maine. The Atlantic coast is rugged and raw, waves crash against the rocks and the lighthouses stand proud above the choppy waters below. When we said Maine offers a versatile landscape, we weren't kidding. Maine has a desert. Almost unheard of an estate that is so very coastal. Outside the town of Freeport lies 40 acres of smooth, sandy desert, becoming an ever more popular attraction for both domestic and international visitors. When it comes to looking at this state as a potential place to live, you're already onto a winner with easy access to outstanding natural beauty. We appreciate that proximity to the wild isn't the be-all and end-all, so in our list of 10 best places to live in Maine we have taken into consideration quality of public schools, job opportunities, and general amenities. Kindly make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon before we start this video about the 10 best places to live in Maine. Now let's dig deeper into each of the top 10 best places to live in Maine. Number 10. Brunswick. Slow and steady Brunswick readily welcomes newcomers to the area. Right on the bay, there is a strong community, homey atmosphere here, despite there being 20,000 people that call it home. Public schools in Brunswick are in no short supply, and although only Brunswick High School has an A rating, all the other 16 schools in the area are performing at above satisfactory levels. There are some wonderful local restaurants to enjoy for dinner, and with brunch becoming a global phenomenon, why not brunch overlooking the bay? Most bars close at 1 a.m. so there are no long and wild nights here, but certainly a social life to indulge in. Number 9. Bar Harbor. The island of Mount Desert that houses Bar Harbor is connected to the mainland by Highway 3. This is one of the most picturesque places to live in Maine and ideal for anyone who wants to be at one with the landscape and enjoy island life. Home to just 5,200 people, the community know one another certainly by sight, if not by name. Median rent out on Mount Desert is very low, just $790 a month. Potential newcomers to Bay Harbor must consider that there are few job opportunities out here and the cost of living is much higher. Being at the mercy of the Atlantic Ocean, the winters in Bar Harbor can be harsh and unrelenting. Number 8. Portland. Standing strong and proud on the peninsula of Casco Bay, we find the city of Portland, Maine. The Old Port area has become a very popular area for affluent maniacs to invest in the converted warehouse apartments. The rest of the city is more affordable, less exclusive too. Median home value in the city center is $239,000. There is a good market for tenants here in Portland. The median rent is bang on the national average. With 57% of people living in rented properties, there are plenty of options out there. Being the city center, there is a very diverse population of 66,490 people, both in terms of income and ethnicity. As such, there are a lot of opportunities to socialize, engage in the city's nightlife and community events. Number 7. Farmington. Home to a close community of 7,500 people, Farmington may be rural but it has a lot to offer, namely low rent costs. The median rent in Farmington is just $654, greatly affordable and should weigh heavily for those who want to reside in Maine before investing in real estate elsewhere in the state. Perhaps due to the rural nature of Farmington, it is the 6th safest place to live in the state, a firm 10th best place to live. Considering that highly desirable places like Falmouth Forsyth only just scrape into the top 5, it is fair that Farmington should settle in the 10th position. There are ample shops run by local families to provide you with almost everything you would need on a day-to-day basis. The local pub is at the heart of the community. Number 6. Freeport. Freeport is home to lots of outlet stores, so people trek from all around to visit the purveyors of the area. There is a very rural feel to Freeport, a small town home to 8,127 people. Schools in the area come highly praised by local people who have been more than satisfied by the education received by their children. A short phase of burglaries occurred in the town, jolting the crime statistics a little, but with a strong community core, neighborly natured residents can give assurance as to the safety of Freeport. Although median home value is double the national average, there is great value for money in property in Freeport. $599,000 can purchase a 4-bed, 3-bathroom mansion-like family home with a rolling garden and off-road parking. Number 5. Scarborough. A moment's drive south of Portland, Maine, is the quiet suburb of Scarborough. This small town is a lovely place to live, simple as that. Of an evening, local people will often take a stroll through the marshes and down onto the beaches. There is a thriving community in Scarborough and is part of the reason why visitors come along throughout the year. They come for the coastal walks and holiday resorts too. But it is the people that really make a holiday, don't you think? Home to 19,348 people, Scarborough is very much a town, rather than a neighborhood. That said, the strong community ethos creates a village-like feel to the place. Median home value is $315,000. Although this is more than double the national average, this is very much on par with the rest of Maine. Number 4. Yarmouth. Although nightlife in Yarmouth is practically non-existent, there is a great deal of other desirable factors about this suburban neighborhood. Local people note that it is the rugged coastline, expansive forests, fast-flowing rivers and gentle lakes that make them feel so happy to live here. There is a strong community feel in Yarmouth that has developed from generation to generation. Unlike Falmouth Fourside, Yarmouth is far from exclusive. With median household income $74,000, it is safe to say that this is a true American neighborhood. Aside from the occasional incidents of theft, there is very little crime in the area. Levels of indecent behavior are well below the national average. Number 3. Falmouth. In a strong third place is Falmouth. Divided straight down the middle by Highway 295 connecting you to Portland and Brunswick in well under an hour, creating lots of job opportunities for those willing to commute to work. If access to the Atlantic coast isn't enough, the easternmost point of Falmouth is shared with Highland Lake. Falmouth offers countless opportunities to get outdoors and reconnect with nature. Falmouth is a dreamy location for parents to raise a family. This suburb is home to the best selection of schools in the state. From elementary school, middle school, and up to high school too, there are 18 schools to choose from, all of which perform consistently well. Number 2. Cumberland. Cumberland is just as much of a wonderful place to live as Cape Elizabeth, with the added bonus of slightly lower property prices and much lower monthly rent. Cumberland has a wonderfully diverse population of 7,454 residents, comprised of millennials who have come to the area to take advantage of the low median rent. As well as millennials, you'll find young families in the area and retirees too, both groups who sought Cumberland for the low crime rates and community atmosphere. For those looking for a snappy pace of life, then Cumberland is not the place for you. Although suburban in aesthetic, there is very much a rural pace of life here. Locals refer to it as quiet and quaint, so no raucous nights out in Cumberland anytime soon. Number 1. Cape Elizabeth. South of Portland, Maine, you will find the gorgeous and highly desirable Cape Elizabeth. Home to just 9,157 people, this small neighborhood is idealistic in every possible way. Safe, happy and clean would be 3 words that best describe the best place to live in Maine. Public schools in Cape Elizabeth are outstanding and plentiful. All 8 public schools in this area are performing well above the national average. Crescent Beach State Park is a very popular area for families to spend quality time together. This mile-long beach is safe for swimming and well as offering multiple trail walks and picnic areas. Properties in Cape Elizabeth are above the national average but on par with the rest of the state and reasonable given the access to good schools and the perpetually low crime rates. So, which is your favorite places among the top 10 best places to live in Maine? Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, click the subscribe button so you can receive more content like this. Post your favorite places among the top 10 best places to live in Maine in the comments below. I'd love to read them and I'm sure others would too.